All right. Hello, survivors. Makeshift here. So today we're going to be working on the Wasteland Weekend Bird's Eye map for 2024. And I'm going to be asking for your help. So as I kind of go through the map, I'm going to be looking for suggestions. If you were in a tribe that was not placed, meaning that your name was not already on the official event map, I need to hear from you. If you had a bar with a name in your camp that was open to friends and friends of friends, I'd like to list that too. And any kind of Easter eggs, I call them point of interests on the map, holy places, shrines, that kind of thing. I'll be looking to add those in. So we'll kind of make our way around depending on who shows up and who's in the chat. I see goat heads are here. Welcome, guys. And also, if you are not watching this live while I'm doing it live, make sure you are, because if you start adding suggestions, the time difference will be kind of crazy. And I do have this on low latency today, so it's only a few seconds behind, like maybe 10 or 15 seconds. So I should be able to have some pretty good conversations with y'all. But thank you for being here as I kind of go through. So I'm going to give everyone just a couple more seconds to come in here. I do have one quick announcement, which is the Apocalypse Post Patch of the Month Club is still going, and we're going to keep it going. I was planning on doing it for a year to see how it went, and it went well. It went really well. The amount of support that has popped up on the Patch of the Month, not only from people signing up to get a Patch of the Month, but also tribes and individual Wastelanders that have been sponsoring a patch has been great. So far we've been doing about 50-50, which was my plan. We'll do some Apocalypse Post patches and some tribe patches as well. Hello, Cosmetic Mechanic. Welcome. Thanks for being here. So anyway, here's the one for December. If you guys want to sign up, it's at patreon.com/theapocalypsepost. But yeah, we have the last Christmas tree patch, if we can focus on it, maybe if I cover up my face, which is designed after the poem I put out last year. And I will be, of course, not updating, but reposting again. The poem's based on the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and it's about a Wastelander who wants to make sure that the camp has a Christmas tree so that they can all celebrate, and his mission up the mountains to get one. Anyway, if you like that patch, or if you like getting a patch in the mail every month, make sure you sign up at patreon.com/theapocalypsepost. And if you are at the $10 a month, $10 tier or higher, you will automatically get one every month. Hello, Merc. Welcome to the feed. Thanks for being here. Hi, baby. All right, so let me show you what we've got so far. Ready? And here we go. All right, so I'm building this in Photoshop. And here is the full map as it is. Oh, there we go. Whoop, no, I don't want tools. So you can kind of see everything here. The full size, of course, is 27 by 40 inches, which is quite large. So that's movie poster size, official movie poster size, which is pretty cool. And I wanted to make it that big because there are so many details on the map. I mean, this is a big stretch of land, and I wanted to make sure that all the information could be visible when you look at it close up. And so, the idea is when you're standing back from it, obviously we can see the Wasteland City text, and then we can see all of these tributes around the outside, kind of showing off some landscape. And someone reached out recently. Thanks, Cosmetic Mechanic. Don't forget to save your file. Yeah, I know. I've been there. And it'll probably crash at some point tonight as well, which just happens, but luckily it does do an autosave. But yeah, so when we're kind of looking around the map, like the green place is Apox East. Diamond City is a reference to Fallout Atomic Falls. They just got a new location, I hear, but have not named it yet. So for right now, it'll just be Atomic Falls. Outpost Texas is a new event. Uranium Springs, of course, hosts many events throughout the year, like Detonation, which is their big post-apocalypse ones, but they've got other festivals as well. We got New Vegas, another Fallout reference. Black Rock City, a little tribute to our cousin event. I mean, obviously no relation to Wasteland Weekend, and some people don't like it being compared to Burning Man, but Black Rock City is just a little tribute to Burning Man. Junktown is a festival that takes place in the Pacific Northwest. Of course, California City, only 10 miles away, where most of us get our supplies. And I hear we bought them out of booze this year. Like, if you went to any of the liquor stores, especially, I think it's like Dollar General, maybe, they were just out of booze, which is pretty crazy. We did what we do. San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego are just real-world places. Southern Cross is Apox Eclipse down in Australia. Broken Hill is, of course, the Mad Max filming site, so a little tribute there. And Forge Valley and California Redlands are for the events over in the southeast. So there you go. So as you're further away from the map, it just gives you other information that you can check out. And then once we start moving in, oh man, look, we've got camping areas. We've got the wards listed out. So those are all in green where you can kind of see them as you come in. And then once we get all the way in, so here's the city, we've got all the tribe names and bar names. Bar and venues are in orange. We've got different Easter eggs in purple, so you can see a lot of things there. And then holy places are in silver, so like the Silverman, that's actually kind of appropriate. The Silverman Shrine in the back of the Farlanders. I actually don't know where it was, but that was just a nice place where it fit. So I try to get things pretty close. Like over here, Bastards and Broken Things. I don't think that's where Not a Fucking Bar was. It's probably somewhere in camp, but as far as like having a spot that it sticks out, that nice black shade structure they've got sure is a nice fit. So I just put that right there. So a lot of things are close enough is close enough. Looks good from my house kind of a situation. Of course, down here we've got the main stage, Atomic Cafe, Thunderdome, the brand new Wasteland Takedown Federation. So yeah, that kind of gives you an idea of what we're doing here. Let's see. Of course, the map stands up straight, which is also very good for being a movie poster. And in this orientation, north is up, which a lot of people asked for because I did the first map horizontal, like the event map is. And a lot of people were like, oh man, I would really love to see north up, which I think was a fair request. Although for years, the map has been on its side. So it's kind of twisted. I don't even know if this is going to be the right way for you, but it's twisted like that. And the event does it because, well, I don't know why the event does it that way, but I do know that when we're at H Park, Wasteland's former location, that the event was in this similar orientation, which had the themed area to one side and then general camping to the other side, and north was up on a horizontal map. I'll go this way. So if it was horizontal at H Park, north was up. We moved here. We kept the map structure basically the same, which is horizontal. It also fits really nice on a computer screen that way. And yeah, now north is to the left on the event map. So not on this one. This one's a little different. I think I've got the only map that's vertical, which is kind of fun. And for those of you that don't know, this map is not taken from a satellite, although it sure looks like it is based on its orientation. It's actually well over 100, probably around 150 photographs taken from a drone that I fly at the max altitude of 400 feet. Take a bunch of pictures. So basically each one of these blocks is a single picture with a lot of overlap. So to be quite honest, a picture was kind of something like that. So there's a little bit of overlap, and I do that for each area. Click, 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 click. And then I use the tools to stitch it all together and even it all out. So now it looks like this. And one of the anomalies from that is, let's see, where's a good spot to show this? Because I know I just saw one. Oh yeah, right here. One of the anomalies for that is every now and then the angle is obscure. So like Command Center, it looks like we're looking straight down on it. But of course, when we're looking at medical, we're kind of looking at it from above Fort Kickass. So just the way the algorithm within the stitching program, the way it blends stuff together is sometimes it takes one picture and sometimes it takes the other. And it takes a long time to adjust it. So I'd pretty much just let it be what it is. But yeah, it's a little weird when you look at like medical here and it kind of looks like you're looking at it upside down and backwards. So anyway, I don't think it bothers too many people, as long as we can see stuff, right? So I've got all the tribes that were placed are marked. So all the ones that were marked on the official page, I've put it out there on my Patreon and in the Kickstarter where we are doing the pre-sale for the maps. I put it out there saying, hey, let me know where you guys were camped. So I've got quite a few that are already labeled out there. And of course, I did start comparing it to last year's map. Here's 2023. Here's 2024. So you can see we're doing things a little bit different. Like adding a stroke to the letters to make a lot of the words stick out a little bit more. I added the burnt paper look around the outside. I think that looks kind of nice. We updated all the names for the different locations here. I'm going to check on some notes here. Of course, we would make them sell out. Of course, we would make them sell out. Gearhead, what do you mean, make them sell out? Gearhead, yes, it is a ton of work. I've been working on this on and off for, well, basically since Wasteland. It was one of the first projects I started on. Hey, Shepard, welcome to the feed. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, you guys are great. Thank you so much for being here. This is so fun. Beer at stores. Oh, right. Of course we'd make them sell out. Yeah, I heard about that. It was kind of funny. So yeah, I guess, let's see. If you had a tribe that was not placed, was not pre-marked, and you've got a suggestion for me, I'm not sure the best way to do this. You can either put it in the chat feed. Hell's Half Acre, Dead Flamingos. Hell's Half Acre. Where's Hell's Half Acre? I'm pretty sure I had the Dead Flamingos already, but I might be thinking of last year. Did I get you guys already? For everyone that's sent in stuff like through email and stuff, I've always tried to say, got you, make sure to respond. I don't know if I have Dead Flamingos yet. I think I had you guys last year. So let me know whereabouts I can find y'all. Dead Flamingos. Checking it out last year. To the right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think the fact that this is kind of real time will help. All right, so from here, Robert, am I going up, down, left, or right? Liminal area. All right, we're going to the liminal zone. And is this you guys up here? Top right, Dead Flamingos? Hold on, let me see. Seven Sisters Petroleum. No, that's over here, though. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Sticking with Robert for now. So we're in the liminal zone and looking for Dead Flamingos. Right and left. What's that mean? Right and left? Does that mean you guys are in the top left, like Buzzard Lane and Choice? Is that you right up there? What's right and left mean? The last time I did this, I did it on Discord, which was really nice because I could have real-time reaction. All right, so it sounds like top left, maybe? So what I'm going to do is just grab this, bring it on over, and this is how we're going to work it. Oops. No, I want not a new one. Oh, my computer does not like trying to live stream and work on Photoshop at the same time. All right, so this is Hell's Half Acre, Dead Flamingos. Is Hell's Half Acre, like, is that another tribe? Or what? Dead Flamingos. Just like that. Ooh, get an O in there. Boop. Alrighty. Too far. How's that look? We'll just put that right in there. Kind of like that. Let me know what that looks like. And the land name. Oh, okay. Do we need to label the land? I mean, it's already kind of liminal zone. I think I'll leave it because I'm going to stick to tribes, if that's all right. All right, let's see. Val Spalding, Seven Sisters behind. I think I've got you guys because, let's see. Yeah, Seven Sisters Petroleum. We already got you guys. Let's see. And Rusty Bean. Oh, Rusty Bean. All right, so if I remember right, Rusty Bean was with you guys, was with them last year. So I got it. This is last year's map up right now. So is Rusty Bean kind of in the same spot? It looks like it is, just based on those tarps. So yeah, let's go ahead. Is Rusty Bean a tribe or is it a venue? Is it a bar? Remind me. Amanda, I see you. Something, something. I can see my camp from here. Something, something. That's the #1 comment I get whenever I post. Neat seeing beyond the city. Oh, Show Pony's here. We're all learning together. Neat seeing beyond the city. Fun. All right, let's see. Oh, Robert, I see. We took almost everything left and right. So just kind of finishing up with dead flamingos here. So would this make more sense like in here? Does that kind of make more sense? I see what you're saying now. We took up all of Vice between Damnation and Buzzard. Between Damnation. That's no. Between Damnation and Buzzard? Do you mean like over here? Are you guys actually over here? Fill me in. I'm just all over the place. Goat heads. I know, I already have the goat heads. Took almost everything. All right, Robert, Judge Jet Flamingos. All right, perfect. All right, Robert, that looks good to you. I'll stick with that one. Thank you for the help. All right, sorry guys. It's really fun trying to keep up with things when there's a little bit of a delay. All right, so goat heads. Yeah, I got you guys. Want to see your spot? Y'all right down here. Goat heads. Boom. Unless you're saying that's where you guys camped when you weren't at the tavern. But I haven't really done anyone's, what is it, like satellite camps before, unless it has a different name for some reason. Like Broken Arrow Lodge was something that Medical called their camp, or at least the shared building that they used. Also, if anyone from Medical's on, we were looking for there was supposed to be like a camouflage camp that was a camouflage tent that was actually the Broken Arrow Lodge that didn't show up in the photography. And I went back and I looked at the original because I was wondering if maybe I missed something, but no. Did it get taken down on Saturday? Maybe that could be actually. But yeah, so we get that marked. So yeah, I'm not going to really do satellite camps unless it has a different name than the tribe, because otherwise it'll just be really confusing. All right, going back up. Rusty Bean is inside. All right. Oh, Rusty Bean's inside at Seven Sisters. So is that like the bar? Oh, wait, is that this right here? Because I remember you guys had a bar. So let me know. Is it this one, the lower left, or is it something up here, top right, for the Rusty Bean? Looking at you, Val Spalding. And in the meantime, I will get this duplicated. And then it's a bar, right? So it should probably have like the venue color. And I just, oops, duplicated. No, you, come here. No. It's just not doing what I want it to do right now. Wake up, computer. Because I duplicated Seven Sisters and I didn't mean to. Go away. All right, so looking at you, Vol. No, we are to right coffee bar. Top right coffee bar. Yes, we serve alcohol. All right, so you're gonna get the venue color and Rusty Bean. Come on. Rusty Bean. We'll go just like that, and where will make sense? All right, so tell me, right there, first one, or I don't know, I could put it right there. No, it looks really nice right in here. Let me know if that works, Val. Let's see, going back into the comments. Brett Crow, Amanda Lawson. That's exactly what my tribe might said when they saw my 2022 poster. I can see my house from here, which is funnier because they take the schoolie they live in to the event. Oh, that's so fun. Gotcha. So it's literally their house. I love it. Robert Cohn says, a big chunk. I don't know what that's referencing. Oh, all right. Gearhead says, yeah, satellite camp apologies. No worries. I just want to I want the map to, be as effective as possible for people trying to find their way around. Although, theoretically, everyone's going to be moved by next year anyway. That's the funny thing about this map is it doesn't actually help anybody. It's just more of a memento. Cosmetic says Pocheca is very big. Yeah, they had a big camp this year. That's for sure. All right, so Val says, top right, coffee bar. Yes, we serve alcohol. Amanda says, unsure how much longer I'll be on, but a note for future you. The country club was housed at the Buzzard Camp this year if you want to mark that. Well, guess what, Amanda? There it is, Duke's Country Club, right at the Boneyard Buzzards. We got it. All right, so the Ray Cats also had a bar. We're calling it the Sump. Thank you, Brett, for saying that. Ray Cats, I just marked you guys recently. There you are. Right up there. So you guys had a bar, you say. All right, let me grab. I'm going to copy the Rusty Bean this time. Drag that up. And this is just a nice, easy way for me to do this. It looks like your bar is going to fit really nice right up there. I'm guessing it's in this camp. And you called it what? The Sump. Yeah, it'll fit in there really nicely. That's also, oops, not the Sumo, the Sump. That's also a really cool name. No. There we go. Boop. And there we go. Fits in really nice. Right there. Thank you for that. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So back with Val Spalding. Actually, the second place you put it, where you have it now, is Nick Knack Shack. Oh, cool. I had that on last year's, and I wanted to make sure to include it again. All right, so let's go. Rusty Bean, you're coming down here. Now the Knick Knack Shack, that's going to be more of a store, which I think is going to be more of a point of interest in this case. Is it like did they do like bartering there? Because I think if I remember right, that's what it was. It's kind of like a barter hole. Nick's Knack Shack. Nick Knack's Shack. This is fun. Patty Whack. Nick Knack's Shack. All right. And for some reason, that text never got the space treatment. So let's go 35. Bloop. Nope, too much. Let's go 32. 30. Yeah, that looks about right. All right. How does that look? Vol. Is it Val or Vol? It's probably Val. All right, let's see. Going back to some to the comment list. I'm trying to keep up with you all the best I can. The map helps when we say where Nuclear Family was last year. Yes, it sure does. And like with the Dukes, we use the map to help us with our layout every year. Like see how big things actually were on site, because you can pretty much get a good gauge on distances and stuff if you use the map perfect. The sump and the placement's perfect. Thank you, Brett, for that. Jason says, makeshift. Hey, Jason, how are you? All right, Robert Cohen. Our name is there. We took like half Liminal Zone, Dead Flamingos, but yes, we are moving next year like everyone else, so I'll buy next year's map too. Yeah, I mean, if it was the same every year, I guess we wouldn't need to make a new one every year, but it's still fun to do. Let's see. Brett says the name comes from me making gross looking but tasty booze infusions. Oh, the Sump. Yeah, that sounds great. Jason Black says Komodo. Oh no, Dave says Jason Black, Komodo. Val says it's barter and theater. All right, so that's perfect then. For it to be like a point of interest. That works for me. DXC has the Barter Hole. Thank you so much, show. I did. Wait, yeah, I did. The Barter Hole is marked here. And by the way, right here, we're looking at the map at 100%. So as I'm scrolling around, this is pretty much the way it's going to look. I can zoom in a little bit more, and you can start to just see some pixels. Because of the live stream, you might see it a little bit pixelated anyway. But here it is at full resolution, so you can still see like all the people around and everything. The original photography, I could go in about this far, and it's still full resolution, so like no pixels, but it's just way too big to work in Photoshop. So this is our full file that we're working with. All right, let's see. Robert Cohen, we're happy having name on the map. Thanks for everything. Oh, my pleasure. And thank you for suggesting things because it really helps. Val says Tool Daddy. Daddy? Who's Tool Daddy? Showpony says we even got a Barter Hole hobo. I'd like to hear that story. Let's see. Cosmetic Mechanic. At night, Rasputin's tea shop was inside the slammer. Oh, you know what I didn't get was the slammer. And I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere, right? Like on Main Street outside the main gates, but it was tiny, if I remember. Is this it in front of Sons of Black Sheep? Or is this it between Road Rash and Goat Heads? I can't quite remember. Does anyone remember? Because, yeah, I definitely want to mark the I definitely want to mark the slammer. I'm going to, over in another window, I'm going to go to wastelandweekend.com. And I'm going to go look at the layout. Let's see. We're going to move this to a new, move this to a new window. And then I'm going to drag it over so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're going to go to event layout. This should be able to help me. Cosmetics says Slammer, more north, left side of Main Street. Let me see if it just pops up here because it'll make super sense. Although I don't think it's going to. Slammer. Nope. Slammer. Nope. Is it even on here? Maybe not. All right, so I'm just going to go with you. Marky, let's go on a tour. Maybe across from the food vendors. All right, so food vendors were up here. Slammer, more north, left side of Main Street. Val is Tool Daddy. Oh, I got you, Val. Hi, Tool Daddy. Now I know who we're talking about. Awesome. It's so funny. Like everyone's got 5 or 12 names and like 17 different faces once we start packing in all the costumes and masks that we wear. So yeah, context is always helpful. Thank you. On the left dark area by Jim. By Jim? Like 2 or 3 down? What? What's that mean? By Jim? Are we still talking? Slammer was behind Pocheca on Main. Behind. All right, so here's Pocheca right in here. Slammer was behind Pocheca. There was a workout area. Oh yeah, I remember there was something like that. Is this it? Is this the Slammer? Because I have that as the posse on the map, I think. Oh man, there was a workout area. And I'm pretty sure this is Possum Hollow. So yeah, kind of a tough one. Let me go check the map again. Bloop. Yeah, why doesn't it show up? I remember seeing it too. I remember seeing it because it was a very it was just a very small version of it. The Posse and Rasputin's tea shop at night. Oh, so the Posse. So all right, yeah, because this does look like the Slammer sign right there. Wouldn't it be funny if the shadow showed me? All right, so if that is the Posse, I'll just put Rasputin's tea shop here-ish. We'll call that a venue, right? Venue? Does it feel like a venue or does it feel like a point of interest? I think it might feel like a little bit more of a point of interest. So let's go right down here. All right, let me know if this looks right to y'all. And Rasputin's tea house. Rasputin's T shop. Something like that. And then, let's see, I can probably stick this like right over here. It's either there or right on Main Street. Because that kind of works, but it starts to feel a little like, is it over here or is it over there? But if I kind of stick it right over here, I think it works. So let me know if that works for you guys. The posse was who handled the slammer. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. So I'm also going to double this up, and maybe we'll put it as the slammer right in front. Thank you for that information. That definitely helps clear things up, because, you know, whether a tribe is the venue or the venue is the tribe somehow is a little tough to figure out. Let's see. Let's just go like right in here. I always try to, like, you know, find a blank spot, and I even try to not cover people up. Not that anyone's going to recognize themselves by their shadow, but if there's the slight chance someone's like, "Oh yeah, I was wearing that hat, and that's exactly what I looked like, and there I am." I mean, that would be pretty cool. And I don't know. Anyway, let's see. All right, Jason. Yes, I do have the ring marked. Yeah, Wasteland Takedown Federation. Pretty rad. You guys put on a great show. That was really fun. Dave says, did anyone ever figure out who hit the ring? By the way, someone did hit the ring overnight. Still convinced it was the pirate ship bus. I wonder. Yeah, that does suck. I hope it works out, because you guys were honestly a great addition to Wasteland this year. It was really fun, especially since we haven't had our what is it? Are you not entertained? What am I trying to say here? The fighters, the Wasteland Gladiators, especially since we didn't have the Gladiators this year. It was really fun to have like another live fighting to go along with Thunderdome. And you guys put on a great show. I was. Here's the thing with wrestling, especially, like, I'm not going to call this backyard wrestling, but it's somewhere between like a level of pro and backyard. It's you guys put on it was honestly a really well rehearsed thing, and the crowd was awesome. And what I'm trying to say is I was a little bit nervous, because it's wrestling. You never know what you're going to get. You could get a cheesy show. You could get something absolutely amazing, and we definitely fell. Ding, ding, ding! Something amazing. It was just really fun. Thanks for bringing that. I hope you guys bring it back. Let's see. Oh, and you say, we will be back regardless with increased security measures. Well, that sounds good. Let's see. Do I have Wastefolk Tribe marked? Viking Biker says. Wastefolk. I don't think I have Wastefolk yet this year. It's really hard to know. But oh yeah, I do. Yep, there you are right there. It's funny, like, I have this kind of subconscious map in my head of where everything is. And I kind of went right to it, so that's good. Yes, I do have Wastefolk Tribe. Jason says, we're all professionally trained, and this is about the wrestling again, and a lot of us know each other outside of Wasteland. Fantastic. I could tell. I mean, it was super professional. And your fights were way longer than I expected. And not in a bad way. It was just super entertaining. I was just looking at the guys fighting up there, just going, how are they breathing? Like, there's so much dust in the air. And you guys just went at it for like a long time, doing some pretty active stunts, which is great. Robert says elite guards. Yeah, they should have some elite guards posted up over there overnight. But don't forget, the elite guards are volunteers, and maybe we shouldn't ask our volunteers to just stand there all night. Although they have absolutely, Wasteland has had them like line up at main stage. Sometimes I don't know if it's to keep, to raise interest or what. Sometimes I just see elite guards just standing out in front of main stage for no reason, it seems. But yeah, kind of fun. Jason says at the intersection of Choice and Main is where the, so I think you guys can get a camp as a tribe. All right, so you said Choice and Main. So I'm coming up Main, and I think Choice is this one right here. Yes, it is. So let's zoom back in. Intersection Choice and Main. All right, so Jason, tell me, is this you guys here in the Bone Flats, Or is this you guys here in Ashen Fields? Or is this you guys here in the near Drylands? Which corner were you guys on? And I will start working on... And what should we call it, Jason? Is it like Camp WTF? Would that work? You'll see those two bell tents in the Ashen Field. These guys. All right, sweet. All right, what are we calling you guys? This is where like one thing can affect another. So I'm going to come back into Pacific Rejects. We're going to make that one line so that it doesn't take up the whole road. There we go. Just move Ray Cats a little bit. And Camp What the Fuck can go right there. All right, how's that look? Let me know. You'll see those two bell tents. What's Wild Things Frontier now? Oh, Wild Things Frontier. Oh, okay. All right, so you kept the WTF, but renamed your camp. That is exactly perfect. Things Frontier. That's funny. All right, let me see. So now, because it's a little bit bigger, how about we do something like that? Does that work? And I'll just wait for you to catch back up. Yeah, about 10 seconds. Because I know you said looks perfect, but I think that might have been while it was in front. Looks great. All right, cool. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, brother. And yeah, very excited that you guys will be back. All right, so let's see. I don't think I've missed anything yet, but if I did, just go ahead and drop another comment. If I missed yours for some reason, it'll help me to kind of like stay organized over here. And while I'm waiting for the next suggestion, I'm going to go around a little bit, give you guys a little bit more of a look. By the way, this map is available. You can get anything from the digital only version, which will just be a file sent to you or to your email, all the way up to a shiny and chrome framed version. And I have last year's shiny and chrome framed, just that I have not delivered yet, because it's going to be a hand delivery. But you know, you can check that out. I know it's not going to fit in the frame, but it's a really cool thing. It looks a little foggy right now, just because it still has its protective film on there. But yeah, it comes with this really nice aluminum frame that is actually magnetic. Not magnetic. It's like spring-loaded, so you just kind of snap it in there. And it comes with the full hanging kit, so you can hang this right up on the wall. The frame itself costs, oh my gosh, a lot. So it is a little bit on the pricey side, but I don't make a whole lot of money on the frame. I just want to kind of offer people different options. There is also a laminated version available, which is kind of my personal favorite because it protects the map. You can draw on it with dry erase markers if you want to, or regular markers, I guess, and you could always wipe it clean later. But it does help protect the map. And then, of course, there's the direct print, which comes rolled up. Well, that one and the laminated one come rolled up. But yeah, the print is on kind of a thinner paper. So if you're just going to get the print, I'm assuming that you're going to mount it in your own frame because it is, you know, kind of a little bit fragile. But that's just the options we have at that size. So anyway, they're all available on the Kickstarter, which I believe is in the show notes down below. So you can check that out. And actually, let me just go ahead and grab that link real quick so I can put it in there. There we go. And I'll just stick it right into the chat. Boop. Nope, that's not the right link. That's my my behind the scenes link. Let me try that one more time. This is the one. All right, so I'm going to add that to the chat instead. There we go. All right, so ignore that first one. All right, going back to see your stuff. Yes, the wrestling was amazing, says Shepard. It was. Yeah, and you guys should have seen Shepard. She was getting really into your show. Let's see. Oh, and I'm caught up again. All right, so let's continue the tour of this map. So we got the to the car and motorcycle cruise, which happens up this road. And for those of you that don't know or haven't done the cruises, there's a valley on the side, on the other side of these twin hills, like right around here, where all the cars get lined up, and then they drive down, come around this one, and then we'll return to town by this road here, which is kind of fun. So it's really nice. There's a nice big open space back there where they can kick up some dust and not blow it over the entire event, which is really nice. We do have the Memorial to the Fallen, which is, I think, the only real-world sacred place that's on the map. Everything else is kind of like a RPG stuff or tribes things. But yeah, this is the only real one. This is where real wastelanders that have been taken too soon get a spot on the wall. And Wastelands promised to always bring that back. And unfortunately, we've had to add more and more panels as we go. But it is a really special thing that Wasteland does. I'm glad that they do. Let's see here. What else did we add? There's still the Ghost of the D's, although it's not marked. The anchor is roughly where the D's would have been before it ran its full course and went back down to Davy Jones' locker. What else do we have? We got the Archery and Axe Range. I was requested to add a Scorpion, so I did. I forget why. I think it was because someone was hoping to see a Scorpion and then didn't, so asked to add one to the map. The other day when we were on Discord, we spent a good amount of time trying to figure out where the helicopter was, and we found it. It just so happened to be at Operation Desert Storm at the time. It took a while to track this thing down, but I'm so glad I did. And it was because someone happened to know that it was right there the whole time. Because they asked, hey, when did you take all the photography? Because I know where it was on Saturday. And that's where it was. Pretty cool. Gen for X for life. Well, I guess you are kind of like stuck in Generation X for life. I love these site maps. Totally worth the coin every time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. And, I know that they're not cheap. I know that. But when we're trying to print things at this like small of a scale, it's just really hard to get good pricing on this stuff, especially when we start talking about lamination. I mean, lamination costs, this year it was almost $30 per piece, which is less than I charged for it. But like I said, I think that the lamination is the best way to go if you're not planning to frame your poster. Ron Mayfield says, "What's up, folks?" And I got you on here, Ron. You're the dark room, right? So I got you marked there, which I found because I'm going over to 2023. Ready? Boop. You're in the exact same spot. The exact spot, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Shodar says, "Rip, Sass, and Musumi." Glad they remembered up there. So real world people. Yeah. It's awful every time we add a name to the wall, and I've got a few friends that are written on the wall, but it's a really nice thing to have and to be able to remember and to keep them with us there in spirit. Rustwitch is here. Hello. I didn't fix the top of my tarp for the setup in Drifters, and it's driving me insane. Yeah. Hi, Gemini. Let's see what you're talking about, because I know you camped with Schofield's Drifters this year. Which tarp was yours? Because they all look fine to me. Let's see. What do you mean? They're all tarped. Which tent didn't get tarped? I don't know what that was.
We found a faster route. Manal Boulevard northeast and Indian
That's
School
funny.
Road northeast.
You guys hear my directions.
I'm
going to the show right after this.
If you prefer to stay on the current route, tap no thanks.
It's a very mysterious theater thing. It's a free show. Well, they're going to ask for donations, but it's a free show. All I know is I'm going to show up. They're going to take me into the room. I'm supposed to pick a side, one of the 4 challengers. So I'm going to sit near them, and then I'm not allowed to speak. And that's all I know about the show. So everyone's going to die except one of the challengers. So it feels like it's taking a little bit from like dinner theater, if you've ever been to the Pirates dinner theater show. But yeah, that's where I'm heading right after this. I'm pretty excited. I haven't seen live theater in a minute. Gorilla says, that's correct. I couldn't find a Scorpion this year. Thanks for helping me remember. I apologize when I don't remember everyone's names and what they suggested, because there's a lot of y'all, and I try to keep up, and I try to keep it all in my brain space, but you know, getting old. And there sure are a lot of you. Shepard says shiny. What's shiny? What was shiny? Let's see. Ron says, yep. Yeah, I'm glad I got you on there, buddy. I was actually, right before I started the live stream, I was trying to compare a bunch of Wasteland 23 stuff. In some cases, there's some marked tribes on 23 that I don't have in 24, so I try to see if I can recognize like the camps and stuff. So like if I go up to, this is 2023 again, you can kind of tell by the color, but I went up here and I had Dark Side and the Hub in the Buzzard patch marked this year. The Hub, obviously not there, but Dark Side, I was like, oh shoot, like these guys do look pretty darn familiar. And obviously you can't judge something by its shade structure. Oh, but I just noticed that this geodesic dome from last year is under this time, maybe. But yeah, it was actually this trailer that gave it away to make sure that it was the same tribe. So yeah, so when there's clues like that, I can kind of keep things, but I still do it with a little bit of like, ooh, I hope they didn't change their name, or like anything weird happened in the off season, because that does happen. All right, let's see where we are. Mercury says, I haven't gotten one of these before. I definitely need this year's to commemorate my fave Wasteland to date. Yeah, this was a really good one for so many reasons, and I think a lot of people did. Ron says, creature habit. Thanks, Makeshift. You got it. Yeah, it's really fun when you have like your patch of land. Did you even know that you were basically like in the same like 10 feet? Because that's pretty cool. Rustwich. Oh, this is back to Schofield's Drifters. Top right, really close to the street. So we're going to go check out Schofield's Drifters again and see what we missed. Boop, bop, beep. Oh, no. Zoom in. Top right of Schofield's is like somewhere around here. Was it like one of these? Oh, is it just that is not tight? Because I kind of recognize some of your shapes in here. So is it literally just that's not pulled tight? Is that what's bothering you? Come on, Gemini, you're such a perfectionist, and I love you so much. I usually do the laminate, but this time went for framed. Cheers from Badger. Oh, hey, Badger. So yeah, see how I say everyone's got a bunch of different names, like your YouTube names aren't even the same. But yeah, glad you went for the framed. Thank you so much. It's really fun, and I think it just looks great. And the cool thing is, if you get the framed, you can then just get the print the next year, and it'll fit right on top. So you can actually have each year right on top of each other if you don't have like a lot of space on your walls. Yeah, Rustwich says there's a tiny sliver of white. Yep. Yeah. And yes, you are crazy. Yeah, don't worry about it. No one's going to notice but you. And honestly, that's how we can see it, because otherwise it's so damn camouflaged. All right. Robert says, I'm the elite guard that said, make a barcode Wasteland Salute shirt. Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. That's a good idea. So wait, how do we do that? We do like, it's like you do the, what is it called? The digital thing. The code. Scan with your phone code and have it go to a Wasteland Salute, which would be pretty cool. Ron says, is it a big hassle to change mine to the new tribe name, Shades of Grey? No, not at all. Let's do it. So let's go. Yeah. So is the idea that we're going to change Donk's dark room to Shades of Grey? Go ahead and just give me a yes or a no on that. Shades of, as a gray with an E. How's that look? All right, perfect. Excellent. Lovely. All right. Cosmetic Mechanic says, so I think the gym at V8 is called Chrome's Gym. Chrome's Gym. That's funny. Not Gold's Gym. Chrome's Gym. All right, hold up. Because I'm running out of room. at the slammer, but let's see what we can do here. I guess, you know, when you have a space like the slammer that's doing a lot of different things, it just makes sense that there's going to be quite a few things to put in there. All right, so let's put this up here. Is the Chrome's Gym, is that in the slammer itself? Oh, it's going to be a tough one, guys. This is going to be a tough one. But let's see what it looks like. Here, I'll get it written first because Chrome's, oops, sometimes it just does that. I go to select it, oops, and it just doesn't want to select. Chrome's Gym. Now let's give it a little bit of separation. Something like that. Val says, the Wasteland Salute should lead you to a picture of Dufour doing the Wasteland Salute. Yes, it should. Ron says, yeah, it's Chrome's. Oh, with a Z. Is it like, does it still need an apostrophe or no? Main and mainish? What's main and mainish? Oh, okay. So it doesn't go with the slammer. It goes down with those guys. All right, so we're just going to put this back where it was. Something like that right in there, and then this comes down to join Order of the V8, which is right on the corner. There we go. Chrome's Gym. Oh, it's this whole space right here. Excuse me. Let's see. I guess I can cover up this stuff right here because we do kind of have the idea of what's going on. And I feel like I want to make this one just a little bit smaller. Let's go 25, just a tiny bit smaller. Something like that. All right, let me know if that works. Main and mainish. Main and Fury Road, you mean? But that's okay. No slammer. All right, Brett Crow. Caw! I know of 2 tribes next to us out in Tent City, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate for me to have them put on the map. I can ask one of the tribes, but I'm not in contact with the other. I mean, if you know them, let me know. Unless you think someone might be in the witness protection program or something. And as long as you feel like you know the spelling, I think it's still fun to include them the best we can. Let's see. Cosmetic Mechanic says, across from Road Rash or Old Road Rash, Void is perfect. Get your pump on. Damn straight. All right, perfect. So we have Chrome's Gym added. Makes me very excited. Yeah, that's really cool. I did see that out there, and I saw some people working out, and I know a lot of the War Boys do like to get their pump on before they go for photos and go to climb on top of the war rig, which is pretty cool. Let's see. All right, so I think we're all caught up really quick. Cypher the Cypher says, witness me. Well, you are witnessed, sir. All right, so I want to kind of play around because I actually just added the 2023 map right before we started this, and I want to see, like, you know, some of the differences. So if I kind of zoom out all the way, and I'll start with Tent City here. So 2023, 2024, 23, 24. It's really interesting because the density in the furthest area, it feels like more people camped out there this year. Oh yeah, definitely. So this is 2024 again. Definitely more people in 2024 were out trying to have a little bit quieter of a camping trip. And then if we come to the next row here, let's see. It feels like about the same, but notice that over here where it says event staging, which did not get used as event staging, obviously, they opened that up as another place to actually camp this year, and people definitely took advantage of it. And if you guys didn't know, on the original 2017 map, they had 3 more grids here where the buzzard patch is. This was supposed to be 3 more grids. I actually just saw the map because it shows up barely in the 2017 documentary I made, Building Wasteland. It shows them talking about this area and how it's so sandy and all the vehicles kept getting stuck. So they decided to make it so that that is not somewhere you want to go to camp. I believe they say tent camping only, so no car campings. But if you wanted to park on the side and walk your camp in, you could do that. I think is kind of what they're doing with it. But obviously, still totally allowed to camp right along the edge. And people take full advantage of that. Although, look at this. I think a lot less people were in Zool this year. Yeah, Zool was pretty small. And Zool is the camp for the check-in crew, so that they can just, pop right across the street and get to work, because those guys need to get some work on. It's right there. All right, so let's go down another grid. So let's see. This is now 2 blocks out from the city. And, I mean, it was dense last year. It was dense this year. Pretty wild. One of the weird things? That's supposed to be a road right there. But I guess we just did away with that idea. Look, you can even see they have the rocks that say this is a road. But yeah, for some reason it did not road. It didn't road last year either. So I guess it's not a road. And then let's see. This is the first block outside the gates here. That's 2023. Here's 2024. So Green Place definitely got way more filled in this year. I know that this was, pretty sure this was still all themed area this year. So maybe that made a big difference. But yeah, massively more dense this year. And Bartertown, definitely a lot more going on this year as well in that area. But I also marked Bartertown this time. So every vendor that was there is actually marked, which is kind of fun. Last year I just wasn't able to fill it in, but this year everyone gets marked. So one of the weird things, in 2019 we had our biggest event ever, and I think that was the only year that we used this block. So there were actually camps on both sides of this block, and that still came back into the city as well. We just haven't used it since. I would like to see it used again, because it feels like the themed area keeps pushing further and further out, but I would like to see more of it kept down here, because, I mean, technically this is the city still, so I'd love to see this block get used again, but it's not up to me. All right, going back to check your comments. Let's see where we are. Brett Crow says the tan square shade structures to the north of the Ray Cats are the Scum Pirates. All right, so let's go find the Ray Cats. Ray Cats, Ray Cats, Ray Cats. There they are. Make sure I'm on the right map. I was like, oh shoot, is this 2013? All right, so I think I see it. That would be a tan shade structure. To the north of the Ray Cats are the Scum Pirates. So that the Skull Pirates there. Let me, I'll go ahead and start putting that in there, and you let me know if it fits. And it looks like I'll have to move the Main Street word here, but that's okay. That's why we do this, so that we can get everything in there and organize it all at once. All right, yeah, so Main Street. We'll just slip this down this way for now. And Scum Pirates, you come right in front, right in there. There we go. All right, let me know if that looks good for Scum Pirates. And the big tan shade structure above them is the Rat Trap. Oh, shoot. All right, so wait, is this Scum Pirates down here, and that's Rat Trap? Let me know what you think. Because, yeah, they're both tan shade structures. Scum Pirates is the one below it. Yes, okay, perfect. All right, so I put Main Street in the wrong spot. We'll actually send that up here instead. Something like that will work. Sorry for the 2 ants I'm covering over. Let's see, Scum Pirates, you come down here, just like that. And we will make another one so that Rat Trap can get marked right here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your suggestion. I gotta go back and see, make sure I'm the Rat Trap. Sometimes I don't do the thes because they just take up space, and sometimes I do, and it feels like the Rat Trap only makes sense. I don't think Rat Trap would make sense. There we go. All right, let me know how that looks. Ron says Plains of Silence is filling up. Yes, it is. I think people have heard the good word of quietness at the events. And I know that, the more and more vehicles we have, the more ways people can just throw out their thumb. We've got the Mojave Express kind of bus route. The more that people have ability to move around, I think they feel like they can camp further away, for sure. Let's see. Cypher the Cypher. Does anyone have a picture of me telling people to take the right road, silver truck SUV, so people wouldn't get stuck? Or did I read any of your palms? Oh, funny. I wish I did. Dave Matney says, I was over in the green place right next to the P in Fallout Path is where Vrakarna. You know, I was looking for Vrakarna because you guys were on the map last year, and I don't think I was able to move your stuff around this year. Because, let me see, if I go up to 2023, you are right there. And if I come back to 2024, you are not placed. All right, so you said I was over in the green place right next to the P in Fallout Path. Fallout Path, right next to the P in Fallout Path. That's you right there. Now, why weren't you placed? I want the story. Or was it just like one of those too late or something? I mean, I guess you were still very much in the green place, so no worries there. All right, and I want to spell this right. V-R-A, Karna. V-R-A, Karna. Vrakarna. I love it. All right, Fallout Path, you slip up here so that Varkana can have a nice spot right there. Oh, come on, move with me. There we go. Perfect. All right, let me know if that looks good. This is fun, guys. You guys are absolutely crushing this. I really appreciate it. And the pacing's actually been really perfect. All right, so it's still going to kind of keep working things. Cosmetic Mechanic says, I missed that block. Rustwich says, agreed. I really wish they would bring back that block on the east side. See, me too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. And then, let's see. Brett says, everything's perfect. Plains of Silence at night, because I feel like most of those folks use mini bikes or war rigs if they're camped out there. So you agree, huh? If you've got wheels, you may as well park where you're comfortable. Dave says, yeah, Vrakarma did not get placed. A few members weren't going to make it. And from what I understand, there was drama getting placed last year. Oh, that's a bummer. Well, you got a good spot, so no worries there. I'm not a part of Rakana, just a fellow Utahian. Oh, Fanbelt, of course. Yeah, because I've got your address for the Patch of the Month Club, and you're on there as Fanbelt and Dave, which is pretty great. Yeah, Cypher's looking for if anyone has pictures of them. So let them know. All right, where were we? I'm caught up on... Oh, did I just freeze? I'm going to give it a second. If it did freeze, we might have to back up a little. Oh. Dave, you got mail from me yesterday? Hell yeah. That's not bad. I guess it's taking about 10 days for a lot of the patches to get where they're going, which is on the closer side of 2 weeks. So pretty cool. Rustwitch. Oh God, oh no. It's all right. This happens. It just happens. All right, so I'm just going to reset. We're going to reset Photoshop because it's not coming back. Don't mind me. But let's, we're going to work this together. Because the good thing is I have all of your suggestions right in the chat. So I'll be able to track stuff down pretty quick. Yeah, it's a bummer. But it happens every now and then. It's super frustrating, but it's part of it. In the meantime, what you saw in the background there, I was working on Don't Stop Shooting, episode 5. I know some of you have been waiting a long time for the next episode of Don't Stop Shooting. And yeah, to be perfectly open, the world has been tumultuous over the last couple of months. So I've had a hard time getting into it, but I'm making some progress. I'm about halfway through the episode. No, a little bit past halfway through the episode on its final, not its final pass, but its audio pass, and things have been good. All right, so we're back here. See, we've got the recovered. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick save as. This takes a minute because it's a huge, huge project. And it takes a few minutes to save. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. This is actually why I don't save a whole bunch while I'm working on it, because watch how long it takes. 0%. We'll give that a couple of minutes to run. All right, let's see. Rustwich says Adobe Illustrator froze me 3 times today and crashed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see that I really should be doing this in Illustrator. That would make more sense, but I haven't used Illustrator professionally in 20 years. But I have been continuously using Photoshop, so I at least kind of know the controls a little bit better. And so, it works enough. And see, we're still saving at 0%. Don't worry, it's going to jump up at some point. And Ruswitch says, I pray you have better luck than me. That file has to be huge. Oh my God, it's ginormous. This is, if it was any larger, it would be unworkable. Like, it just takes forever. Dave says, hopefully Photoshop autosaves. It does, but you never know like when it last autosaved. Because it could be 1 step ago or it could be 10 steps ago. So we'll have to kind of backtrack a little bit. I've lost way too many things hoping whatever software I was covering my ass. Yeah, I mean, I get saved by software all the time. All right, good night, Dave. Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate your suggestions. And Dogtown's in the house. Hey, Dogtown. Is Fort Kickass labeled? Yes, it is, Val. Yeah, and I should be... Oh, no, I can zoom in while it's saving. I just don't want to do anything until it's done. But yeah, Fort Kickass is right in here. And yeah, a lot of people are confused by Fort Kickass. It's not a tribe, and it's not anywhere that you're allowed to camp. But this whole block is basically reserved for outriders, staff, and some build crew. Not all, and not even most. Some build crew can camp in Fort Kickass. But basically, it's just a reserved spot for staff and the build crew to work on. Void Signal says, this is such a neat project. Thank you so much for doing this. Oh, my pleasure. And Void, thank you so much for having me on your show. If you guys don't know, Void Signal does a podcast about music. I think it's a lot of like hard rock and metal sounds, if I'm getting this right, Void. Yeah, they had me on to talk about Wasteland a few weeks ago. Has that come out? You said you were going to make it like a huge episode. But I haven't checked out my subscriptions in a minute. So let me know when that comes out. And I'm sure a lot of Wastelanders would love to hear it as well. But yeah, we had a really good conversation. I feel like we barely scratched the surface in a lot of ways. Oh, really? Okay, so the episode is live right now. As of a few minutes ago, says Void Signal. Just look up the podcast Void Signal wherever you get your pods, and you can hear it. Yeah, we had a lot of fun recording that one. And yeah, Void, really glad you came out to check out Wasteland. I'm pretty sure I remember you saying that you'll be back. So definitely looking forward to possibly meeting you in real life. Cosmetic Mechanic says, I'm wearing my belt right now. Are you really? You must be meaning your biggest Gesticles belt, which is fantastic. Wear it with pride, sir, and nothing else. Oh, God, you just changed everything. That belt has a certain phallic symbol on the front. So I imagine if you wear the belt perfectly the right way, it would be like you're wearing no belt at all. Val says, I can see engineering and tool rig from here. Oh, yeah, engineering is marked. Yeah, this is where Val hangs out the whole time. Let's see. You would have been, yeah, right there, tool rig, which I remember was just past the shade structure, so you could kind of like hand out the tools right there, right? If I'm remembering, or is it this one? I forget which one it was, but I remember you being right in there. And yeah, I should probably take advantage of this space and stick engineering actually in engineering. That makes more sense. And for anyone that knows, where was the actual theater? Because I think this is the command tent, like staff tent. But I think theater was in the body shop again. Did they do that again? Because I'll just leave it right there if it was. Jan Buttons. Ha, I'm late. No, you're not that late. But if you have any suggestions, get them in now. Because I've got about another half hour before we get to, before I got to move on to my go into a weird live theater tonight. Cypher, is it just me or sound check? Sound check is kind of low. Oh, my sound? Sorry. You know, it's tough to get in the right level. Oh, wait, hit the wrong button. Check. Hello. I mean, I'm soft-spoken, but I wanted to give it enough room in case you guys made me laugh, because when I laugh, things get loud really quick. Let me know if that sounds better to you guys. It sounds better to me. But yeah, kind of crazy. Let's see. Chris Vincent, I had to turn up the volume. Oh, guys, you should have told me earlier. Well, I guess I should have asked earlier. Cosmetic Mechanic, Crusty Rust. Are you still talking about the belt, sir? Val, I was right the first time. All right, cool. Yeah, there's the tool shed. I don't know if that necessarily needs to get dropped in here because that's only for like, a couple people to know. But yeah, we'll know. We'll know. Val says theater was inside body shop. Okay, so that works out really nicely then. Body shop at night. Jan says, I think the structures on the left of the body shop was the theater. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we went back because we have two of these. They call them boob tents just because that's what they are. And I think one of them ended up somewhere else for some reason. Was it down by main stage? Yeah, ended up being the main stage. I think that they use that one as the green room for bands now. And maybe just like general storage and stuff. So that one used to be used as the theater up here. But I think the theater in the body shop works out just fine. Wait, oh shoot, do I have engineering incorrect? Is it actually this? Oh, you're right. This isn't engineering. This is engineering. All right, let's move some stuff around. Will engineering fit here? It will, but I kind of want to put it there. But I don't know. Where does it make sense? I could kind of like get away with it there and use that shadow as a backdrop. It just looks wonky. Definitely looks better here. Theater could go like here. I don't know. This is a tough one. I mean, I could do body shop. I could save some space and do it this way. Let's see. So if I do body shop like this, and now theater could go here. Theater could go here. Trading post can get moved up a little bit. How's that work? I think that works pretty good. That way everything kind of feels about right. Oh, okay. Wasteland Power Corpse. I love it. Should I label that? Wasteland Power Corpse is, oh yeah, because that's like the generator corner, isn't it? But this area has a different name, doesn't it? Shoot, it had a name. I feel like if I looked at some photography, I'd be able to track it down. Bye, Merc. Thanks for stopping in. All right, let's see. Wasteland Power Core. Let's try. Let's see if it'll work. If I do something like, I'm not going to do Wasteland. That's just too much. Something like that. I feel like it might make sense to make a couple of these just a little bit smaller. Let's go 35. Oops, 355 is too much. So if we did something like that, maybe we'll do the same for engineering. That one would make sense. Yeah, see, that just fits better. There we go. Let me know if that works. I hope it does. All right, let's see. Chris Vincent. Yes, of course DXC looks rad. Let's go find it. Right over this way. Yeah, I mean, this big old black blob. It's funny, like, you know, a lot of the art obviously does not portray straight up. But some of it does. A lot of the camps look cool. But yeah, the new pipe and drape style tents, camps that everyone's using, definitely make for some very simple looking squares from above. Like you can't see inside the Forlorn Hope, but I guess you wouldn't anyway. But yeah, it looks great. And of course, Easter egg shop at Mutt's Hut written on the trailer there. There's actually some really oh. I hadn't seen that one before. Happy cowboy. We've got ourselves a brand new Wasteland Dick. Just splurting in every direction. Oh God, just making a mess. And it's not the only dick. There's the boob dick over here on top of the cockpit. That's a good one. People have been leaving me messages all over the place. We've got Northern Nomads have some art right here. There's a few other spots. I forget all of them, but yeah, there's. It's been really fun to see, especially since people know that I'm going to be shooting drone footage like this, just to see what people leave for messages. Belgian Goat, you guys were supposed to have something and then didn't. Wasteland Communication Corps, you can see that rather than tarps, they use old road signs for their roof, which works out perfect. They're like really strong, reusable, recycled. But yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, forget if there's any other things, but as we move around, we might be able to see some. All right, I'm going back in your chat just to see where I was. All right, looks good. Anyone need a pen pal? Says Cypher. Cypher. Who are you? First off, and second, what is going on? All right, Jan says, I'm late to the party. What's your program using? Oh, this is Photoshop. Yeah, it is made for much smaller projects than this. Show Pony says, making us go 360 degrees in our tents now that it's from above. Oh yeah, you gotta be decorated from above as well. And check this out. This is my first year doing shade. So this is my camper here. And I did a sand colored shade cloth for kind of like a little foyer area here. And now I'm thinking I should just go ahead and cover over the other side because I do have another piece of shade. And I should have put it up, but yeah, you would never even know there was a camper there because I have it. All four sides are camouflage netting. And then I did the shade structure or the shade cloth up top. So yeah, you can actually make stuff disappear, which is kind of fun. And yeah, I wish more people would take a little extra time to hide their campers. I'm not trying to say like I'm doing it the right way and no one else is, but there's a lot of campers out there that when you're at the right angle, you can see them. And it's really tough because you can't count on the tribes behind you to block your eye lines. So one of the reasons I do that is not only does it help hide my camper, which is not themed at all, but it also makes it so that the back of our camp has a nice wall and kind of hides, this is kind of like our private area, our backstage, if you will. And it just makes it so that it's a little bit harder to see because especially when you have porta potties, there's this whole gap of sightline between the tribes. And so, everyday wastelanders walking down the road can just see straight on in. So anyway, Chris Vincent says, I didn't even know that one was there. Yep. It's probably your wife, to be honest. Voice signal, shout out my homies in Great Northern next to Cockpit. Oh yeah, you guys are right over here, Great Northern Tribe. They've been around a long time. They're definitely a legacy tribe at this point. One of these days we're going to get around to painting Moo on the top of our cow bus. Yes, you need to. Please do. Show Pony says somebody has to get a print of makeshift, a big photo of makeshift on top of their tent. Well, I think you just volunteered. Chris Vincent. Yeah, we learned the hard way. Them theming 360. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's important. And it also means, for tribes that want to get into the city, if you can be themed 360 and you can take on a corner, there's a very good chance you'll get pushed in because not many tribes can handle a corner. Jan says, maybe the Hobo Junction will have hieroglyphics on ours next time. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I got Hobo Junction on here. You guys are where? Like somewhere up here. There it is. Hobo Junction. Did I spell it right? Junction. Oh yeah, because it looks weird because I don't use lowercase letters. But yeah, the X is supposed to be capital. Let's see. Cypher says, I'm the guy that kind of showed up at the main road in a silver truck, Dodge Durango with black shorts, fatigues, and hat and helped the RV get unstuck. Oh, cool. Well, thanks for doing that. Definitely adding to the community when you help out like that. So really appreciate it. Cosmetic Mechanic says, Great Northern, great neighbors. Yes, they are. And Cypher says, also camped for like 2 days on the turnoff for the dirt road. Really? You wanted to be there early. Did you do the midnight line? Is that why you did that? All right. What else? I think I'm caught up with you guys again. So, oh yeah, we were doing a 2023 comparison. So let's go back and keep that going. So right outside the gates, right in here. Zoom out one. All right, so here's 2023, 2024. Oh yeah, we were just doing that because I mentioned the green place had filled up quite a bit. So now let's move inside. And here's the city. And here's 2023. So it's really tough because obviously the city is very dense. One thing is, check this out. This road comes down straight. Appian Way comes down crooked. This is 2023. So we went with Appian Way and kind of ended, what is it? What's this road over here? Thunder Road at Center Street. But what that did was it made it so that Thunderdome, the sight line does not go straight down into the camp. And this was an Adam Chilson thing. So at the end of each road, Damnation Alley ends in Outpost 364. Main Street looks straight down on the main stage and gets a little bit of Atomic Cafe. And the idea was Thunder Road should look straight down and see the Thunderdome. So that when you're out in Tent City, while you're doing this walk, there's these 3 huge pillars of the city just staring at you and beckoning you in with their bright lights and awesome visage. And so that got lost last year because Thunder Road got cut off. And so I know that Winter worked hard on this and dedicated herself to making sure that Thunder Road continued in that straight line and could see all the way down to Thunderdome, which on here it looks like it might be a little bit crooked, but actually if you look at the straight line, the road is on the right side here a little bit more. So it ended up pretty darn perfect, which is great. But that meant the Appian Way got cut off instead. And the Wasted Saints ended up, their camp was kind of in what was the old road, but it worked out really nice the way that worked out. I just wish this area they kind of squeezed a little bit too much so vehicles couldn't go through. But that was a walk-only area. And I think the same with here. I don't think they wanted vehicles going through there, which meant that all the vehicle traffic came through these 2 roads, basically, which was maybe a lot. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's see. Cypher says also did palm readings for free. Amazing. Cosmetic Mechanic says the cockpit got to push into the road to get rid of that invisible triangle. Yeah, exactly. Because there was just kind of a weird space there, which is pretty good. Cypher says had no ticket. Oh, so you just came to hang out. Well, that's cool. Rustwich says, I'm so excited they finally fixed Appian Way. Yeah. That corner was a little bit weird for me this year. I was able to go through on my little bike, on my little mini bike, but I don't know if like full-size vehicles could get through there. Gian says, hope you can get a ticket and join us for next year's Cypher. Yeah, I hope so too. You should be able to come in. Dame of Thrones, watching the process and the work you put into it, just want to say thank you. You are so welcome, and thanks for watching along. For those of you that supported the Kickstarter, I cannot tell you how much I appreciated you nearly enough. We funded within like the first week, and people have gone through and made it so that we are well above our goal now, which is awesome. It is a huge project. It takes days and days and days of putting stuff in there and reaching out to people and trying to get all the information right. You guys have been awesome. So really appreciate you backing projects like this, whether it's just giving information or buying a map or even just sharing things. And I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but if you do want one, they are still available on Kickstarter. We are fully funded, but they're still available for sale. You can get them digital, you can get the print, you can get a laminated print, or you can get one that is fully framed. So I'm going to drop that link in the chat one more time for you. Let's see. Cosmetic. Yeah, it gets funky on our corner. Yeah, it sure does. And it's just because there were roads on location originally. There were some trails that people would use to go off-roading. And so a couple of the roads were pretty well dug in already. And then, when in 2017, when they realized, hey, these roads are really soft and there's lots of sand, they went through and actually put down gravel, like old recycled cement and stuff to make the grid. And so we're kind of just building off of what we had and what we scrambled to create. back then, which is pretty cool. Val says they did not want vehicle traffic to protect medical. Yeah. All right. So that makes sense of slowing things down. I gotcha. All right. Yeah. So we don't want vehicle traffic coming through here because we got medical and there's a lot of stuff going on in there. That makes sense. I guess it doesn't make sense that medical is now between 4 different roads if that's the case, but I guess we do what we do. And I think medical was moved closer to power so that they could have like air conditioning and stuff. So yeah, it's weird. Like a lot of decisions don't necessarily make sense until you know the whole story. And I think that comes up every year with like planning and tribe communication and stuff. Like a lot of people are like, well, why can't we just do this? And the event has had to learn to do things a certain way. And in some cases in literal blood. I'm not going to say anyone's died, but there's definitely been mistakes made over the years. And we're always trying to like make things better. So there's always a bunch of stuff that people don't quite understand. Sorry, I guess I logged in under the wrong name. So the link that SnakeX5 just shared, which is kind of a really old account for me, is the link to the Kickstarter. Let's see. Corporal Arms Elite Guard Wastelander said, I had to change my name on YouTube. Dead Flamingos will have a bigger camp with Crossbreed joining us. Oh, fantastic. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, keep growing those tribes. Brett Crow Caw says, better make sure I back this before it ends. Funds have been tight, but I definitely want one for the year that we actually debuted as a tribe. Heck yeah. And I will have them. They will be for sale. They're just no longer going to be on pre-sale. So it'll move from the Kickstarter to my site. And so you'll be able to buy things, to buy maps no matter what. I just don't I have to order them in a limited supply. I think they're about half spoken for because I usually get them at about 100. And 53 people have backed, although a lot of those are digital. So there will be some more. But yeah, definitely trying to get up toward that 100 because that's where it makes the most sense to do it. Let's see. Bubba Zanetti, thank you. Can't wait to get a map and hang it in the crafting room. You're welcome. Thank you for supporting and for being here. Gorilla, just FYI, having your Wasteland name set for YouTube, Google makes your random comments and reviews much more entertaining for the non-Wasteland folks. Yeah, that is so true. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I don't think you can you can't change your name in the chat, can you? I don't know. I know you can do it on Discord. I didn't realize that. Like every Discord channel, you can have a different name, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'm caught up on comments again. Let's go down and we'll finish our 2023 to 2024 comparison. So in 2023, obviously I caught the swimsuit contest on the drone photography, which was really cool. I missed it this year. I think I got up just after they did it. So yeah, you can still see the ground is wet. I didn't even notice that before. That's hilarious. The ground is definitely still soaked from having just done the swimsuit contest. But yeah, there it is. There it is last year. It always draws a huge crowd. And then what you see here is this is all people. Some people were like, is it just a pile of garbage or tires? And no, that's all people right there. And then all the vehicles start to come in behind them as kind of like upper tier seating in a lot of ways. So pretty cool. But yeah, back to 2024. Rabid Radstag is kind of right where it was. Well, I guess it's in a slightly different spot. They pushed in a little bit closer. And they also took, this is like their private area, so they moved it a little bit closer, so it's all connected now, which I think worked out really nice. And then let's see, we got main stage. This is 2024. There's a lot of cars parked back here, and I'm not crazy about that. I don't like that so many real world cars are parked back here. I really wish we would do something about this. They do kind of fall off into the background, but man, there's so many photos. And I mean, porta potties are one thing, but the real world cars, I wish we could fix that because they was supposed to be improved for this year because, after last year, a couple of us photographers complained about it, but last year is like nothing compared. Death Guild has a couple hidden back there, but they do a really good job of hiding their stuff behind their walls. So unless you're like down at the car show and looking backwards, you don't see it. But look at this year. Oh no, I'm sorry. I've had it backwards. This is 2023 with all the cars. We did improve. We did so much better. Okay. All right. For anyone I just offended, I'm sorry. You guys did much better this year. That's hilarious. Yeah, look at all the personal cars last year and then this year. So I guess complaining does work. When we say, hey, look, all the real world cars are making a big difference. And that is my alarm to say I need to go get dressed and get over to the theater. So guys, get your last suggestions in really quick because I got about 10 minutes left and then I got to go. But yeah, so I take it back, big improvement. And of course, we've got the wrestling ring there. We got the aerial rig, which has moved around a little bit every year. The burning wreck has been a staple for years. Smash Bots, of course, they set up again. Although it looked like I got a better look at their racetrack from last year. I don't know if they just hadn't gone yet or what happened. Maybe they did a whole different thing, or maybe they had already cleaned up. I don't know. It's hard to say. But anyway, all right, let's just go through the last few comments and then we will log off for tonight. Bubba Zanetti, Dogtown says next year the juke joint will be bigger and maybe have some drawings on the roof. Hell yeah. Showdire says I judged that. Yes, you did. Showdire had her first time judging because you just kept winning too many times, and so they were like, how do we keep her from winning? By making her a judge. Show pony is what draws the crowd. The rest of the contest is just extra, says Happy Cowboy. Showdire says with the organic mechanic and the high priestess. Crab Daddy was my favorite for the swimsuit contest. He had a lot of crabs. Nice. Showdire says you inspired me, Happy Cowboy. Val says is Slocum Joe's on the map? Yes, it is, and the Fakawi are both on the map, although I believe the Fakawi are spelled different. I actually have to ask. I know some of the people from Fakawi, so I'll have to double check that spelling is correct because you've got it as Fukawi, but someone told me it was EE, so I'll have to double check that one. Cosmetic Mechanic, thank you. I love maps. Yeah, and I love yours too. Cosmetic Mechanic always has a bunch of cloth maps every year, which is way better than paper. First off, it won't fly away. Second, it won't tear. And third, you can fold it up into any position you want. Throw it in your pocket, and it works out really nice. So reach out to Cosmetic Mechanic, usually right before the event, right after the event map comes out. He'll have a bunch of prints that you can get, and that's one that you can actually use for the event, unlike mine, which is only for remembrance. Gen X for Life says, I love picking up my mail and seeing the little envelopes with the patch. Always brightens my day. Thank you. Thanks to you and all the folks who do that for us. Yeah. And over the course of this year, there's been quite a few people that have helped pack envelopes. So thank you guys, the ones that actually get hands-on with the helping. It's really awesome. And for those of you that don't know, Gen X for Life is talking about the Patch of the Month Club, which is available through my Patreon. Sign up at the $10 tier or above, and you get a patch every month. The holiday one is right here. It's the last Christmas tree. And if you sign up, you get that one. And I got a bunch already on deck to start 2025 off right. We're going to hit our 1 year of the Patch of the Month Club in January. Well, that'll be month 12, actually, because last year the first ones were sent out in February. And it's been a great program. It's been great for Wastelanders to get involved. Some tribes have sponsored a month. And it's just been really great. So, yeah, I appreciate the feedback, and I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying the Patch of the Month Club. Cypher says, if you see my text somewhere, send some love and witness War Boys and all alike. Thanks, Cypher, for hanging out. And don't forget to prep for nukes just in case. Oh, God. Yeah, we could all use a bug-out bag. Val says, you're probably right because auto cucumber won't let me write it. And I auto-corrected your auto-correct joke, so that's funny. Jan says, did you put a fuck you road rash somewhere like a Where's Waldo? No, I did not, but I should. Where should it go? I mean, I could just kind of tuck a tiny one right there or right up here. You know what? Let's do it. Let's grab this and just see what it looks like right in here. Whoops. No, I don't want that. Just want this. Oops, and let's add a little exclamation point. And how's that? I think that works nice. And yeah, kind of fun. Cypher says, just nuts and bolts. Oh, just prep for nukes. Just get some nuts and bolts. Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Really appreciate you being here. If you are seeing this in the future, I'm going to put this up on Patreon for like a last spell check. A lot of my patrons came through last year and helped me find any misspellings and stuff. So it'll be up on my Patreon. You do have to be at least a free member. So it's not going to be up there as public, but you can sign up for free and just follow along, because everything I post on there, if you are a paid member, you get it 3 days early. And if you are a free member, you just lose out on that part, but you can still follow along. Patreon's been they've been adding a lot of tools that help to make it more of like a social media site as well, which is really nice because it helps keep everything right where it should be. But yeah, so I'm going to post up a full-size version there if you want to help spell check it. It will be watermarked, unfortunately, because still got to help pay for this thing. But yeah, if you are down for helping look for any spelling errors, find it there. And a few people that help with the spelling errors will be getting a free digital. That'll be kind of randomly assigned. Bear with me. And that's it. So, but hopefully by the end of this week, before Thanksgiving, it will be sent off to the printer so that I can have them to me by December, and I can start getting the full-size prints mailed out, as well as the framed version. The laminated ones will be about another week after that, because those need to go, to a specialty shop to get done. But yeah, hopefully most of these will start getting shipped out in early December. So I need to get them printed. But yeah, also you can jump on the Kickstarter. I did an update there where I have asked for suggestions, and on the Patreon there is a full-size document on one of the most recent posts that you can download and check out and make your suggestions there. And then if you do it that way, just send an email over to theapocpost@gmail.com, theapocpost@gmail.com, and I will add it to the map. But it's got to be in there in the next few days. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. One last check on the chat. Chris Vincent, later handsome. Oh, you beautiful man. I'll see you later. Shepard says, gotta go, but it's been really fun to see. Thanks for sharing this. Absolutely. And thanks for tuning in. And I'll see you really soon. And Cypher says, for we are all awaited. Yes, we are. And that's a perfect way to end this. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your night. And I'm going to go see some theater. All right. That's it for now. So until I see you all again, stay alive.